Okay, picture this. You're out there, no cell service, middle of nowhere, but you can still use AI, the really powerful kind. And get this, it's not on some server farm a million miles away. It's right there on your laptop.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Totally. That's what's got us so fired up for this deep dive local AI. We've been digging into this Nature article, Forget ChatGPT, how to run AI locally on a laptop.
They're really pushing this idea.
And it makes you think, like, what could we be doing if everyone had that kind of power in their backpack?
Right. It's not just about tech, it's about what that tech unlocks, cost savings, keeping your data private, even like taking your AI on a hike if you wanted to.
No limits.
Seriously. Now, this article does throw around some jargon, open weight, parameters, that kind of thing. Want to break that down a bit? Sure, yeah. So open weight, think of it like open source software. Anyone can grab the code for these AI models, mess around with it, even tweak it to do something completely different.
Which is wild, because AI used to be this thing locked away in big tech companies, right?
Exactly. This is completely flipping the script.
And that whole control thing, or lack of it, seems tied to the parameters thing, too. The article mentions smaller models with fewer parameters to run locally. What's the deal with that?
Parameters are basically like the brain cells of an AI. More parameters usually means a smarter but thirstier model needing tons of data. But these new local AIs are lean, mean learning machines. They do a lot with a little.
So way fewer brain cells, but still wicked smart.
Exactly. We're talking models with tens of billions of parameters running right off your laptop. Cloud-based systems, those are hundreds of billions, even trillions sometimes. Huge difference.
Wow. Okay. So not just shrinking things down. It's a whole different approach.
Yeah.
This shift to local AI, it feels like a bigger deal than just the tech itself.
It totally is. It's like leveling the playing field for AI. It's not just for the big guys anymore. Small companies, researchers, even just people messing around in their garage can get their hands on this stuff and do amazing things. It's really exciting.
And this is where it gets really cool.
Yeah.
The article talks about this biochemist, Chris Thorpe. He's using local AI to do some pretty groundbreaking stuff with protein research right on his laptop.
No kidding. It's incredible what he's doing.
He's running these super complex simulations, figuring out how proteins are structured, even designing new ones with specific properties. Like what?
It's amazing, right? What Thorpe's doing really shows how local AI can completely change how we approach scientific discovery. He can test things out so quickly, explore ideas that would have been way too expensive or time-consuming before.
And it's not just theory. The article says he's already made some big discoveries using this approach.
Yeah, and it's just the beginning,
Totally. And the thing is, it's not just happening in labs. The article mentions how local AI is shaking things up in other fields too, like healthcare, which really caught my eye.
Oh, for sure. Huge potential there.
They were talking about using it to diagnose diseases, maybe even come up with personalized treatment plans. And the
Nice.
best part, all that patient data stays private and secure.
That's a big one, especially in healthcare. They even talked about this tool, Salama, that lets researchers analyze complicated cell data without sending it to the cloud.
So no more worrying about sensitive information ending up who knows where.
Exactly. It's a game changer. Think about what that means for things like personalized medicine or developing new drugs. Huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It all comes back to making AI more accessible, just like we were talking about before. Now even smaller labs, clinics, maybe even individual doctors could have the same powerful tools as the big institutions. And the coolest part is you don't need to be a coding genius to get started with local AI. The article talks about some tools that are actually easy to use. Like anyone can use them easy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They mentioned this one, Alama, right?
Alama is great. Think of it like an app store, but for AI models. You just download whatever open weight LLM you want, and boom, you're off to the races.
No more digging through weird websites trying to find the right files or anything.
Nope. But if you are more into the tinkering side, there's GPC4 All and LlamaFile. Those give you even more control, work on different operating systems, that sort of thing.
That actually reminds me of something Sharon Mocklis said. She's a tech writer, and she was saying, the first thing I would suggest is to have the software you choose fit your level of how much you want to fiddle.
Right. Love that.
It's not always about the most powerful thing. It's finding what works for you. How much fiddling can you handle?
Exactly. And honestly, that's really important to remember because with local AI, we're still pretty early on. The tools are getting better so fast. What seems complicated now
might be a piece of cake next year.
Exactly. So it's all about just diving in, trying stuff out, and seeing what clicks for you, you know?
Yeah, like don't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty. That's usually how you stumble onto something really cool.
100%. Those happy accidents when you push the tech a bit, that's where the magic happens.
It really feels like we're at this crazy turning point. AI isn't this distant thing anymore. It's becoming something anyone can use to analyze data, automate stuff, even make art, all from a laptop. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is.
We covered a lot of ground, right? Open weight models, people like Chris Thorpe doing their thing, all these new tools. It really makes you wonder, what happens when everyone has that power?
It's the big question, isn't it? As this stuff becomes more a part of our lives, how will it change how we work, learn, even just think? I don't think anyone has the answer yet, but it's exciting to think about.
It really is. And for anyone who's feeling that little spark of, I got to try this, we've got links to everything we talked about in the show notes. Don't just listen, go explore. Who knows, maybe you'll be the one to discover the next big thing in AI right from your kitchen table.